Today on Woodworking with Wes, we've got a little project that will help you clean up your garage. I'm sure if you've gone to any of your big box stores or even to Costco, you've seen these heavy-duty totes. We're going to show you how to make that a better way to store your stuff. These totes are really heavy-duty, and they have these special little guide blocks that will help you stack them so that they won't fall. But if you stack them and you have 4 or 5 in a stack, what if you need what's on bottom? You have to take the whole stack apart. We're going to show you how to fix that by making a rack that holds your storage but allows you access to each one individually. I drew a little diagram of what we're going to be building. We're going to make 2 squares like this out of 2x4 lumber that we purchased from our big box store, and we're going to put some guides on it that will allow us to hang each individual tote so that you can pull them out and get to them. It'll be 89 inches tall, 47 inches wide. There'll be one front and one in the back. That'll be 30 inches deep to allow for the depth of the tote. I made a little cut list over here. We're going to have 4 pieces that will be 89 inch tall. We're going to have 4 pieces of the cross pieces, top and bottom. They're going to be 44. And 1 piece up the middle, front and back. So 2 of those, 86.5. Our runners that go front to back are going to be 30 inches. And like I say, it's all going to be out of just 2x4 material that we purchased from our big box store. This is just a little side picture of where I'm going to put the runners. These are the runners. There's going to be 12.5 inches in between each runner. That will allow room for the tote to ride along the edge and be able to pull out independently. Let's go ahead and build the front and back squares. I went through my lumber and I picked the very straightest pieces. Now, when I was at the big box store, I looked at each piece of lumber before I bought it. I bought the best ones that I could get. And then when I got home, I picked the straightest ones for the square up front. These are our pieces that we're going to do. We're going to put it together with screws. Now, this joint comes together. We're going to use pilot hole and drill a hole, and then 2.5 inch grabber screws will be our anchoring to put it all together. So let's go ahead and build one of the squares and take a look and see what it looks like. Okay, we have the front frame put together. The back one will look just like it. And then we'll install the runners. They'll be connected like this and run front to back and hold the 2 frames together. We're going to cut all of our runners pieces on our miter saw. We'll start off by trimming off the mill end. And then we have a stop block set off out here at 30 inches. Each one of these will be 30 inches. Slide that out to the 30 inches. I'll come over to this side of the saw, hold on to my piece of the wood. This is one of our runners. We're going to be drilling the ends where it will go into the 2 upright pieces. I wanted to show you and point out the fact we picked out our lumber so that we have a nice clean edge as much as possible on each one of our runners. This is where our tote, the edge of our tote, is going to ride, and we don't want that to catch on anything. So we pick out our very best, smoothest edge to go on our runner. And we drill 3 holes. Like that on each end. We have our front and back frames on its side. So this is the bottom, this is the front, back. And what we're going to do is take our runners, and we're going to start at the bottom and screw our runner in. I'm just going to put a couple of screws in because I want to show you the spacing. Okay, there's a couple screws. Then we're going to space 12.5 inches between each runner, like that. And we'll go all the way up, and there'll be this side, this side, this side, and the top in order to get all of our runners in place. We'll just screw them in place through our pre-drilled holes. We're coming along with our storage rack really well. We have just a few more runners to attach. Let's go ahead and get those done, and then we have a few things that we need to do to finish it off before we stand it up, still laying on its side. I have all the runners in place now, and one of the things that I want to make sure that I do is make sure that it's square. I cut me a large piece of 1/4 inch melamine. I've clamped it to one edge so that it's square, and I'm going to use it as my squaring mechanism. And you can see that I'm just a little bit out of square. I'm going to pound that into place, move it into place, and clamp it down so that it holds it square, and put a cross brace on the back. You can see how much I'm not out of square very much, but I am out of square. Let's get that taken care of. Okay, there we have 2 cross braces that hold everything square. We're going to put a dust cover lid on it. Let's do that next. We're going to put a 1/4 inch piece on top just for a dust cover. We've cut it at the right size. We're just going to use 3/4 inch small crown staples to nail it on, like that. That also helps hold it square, just like we did before. I have this face down. This is our back. Here's our top. Let's go ahead and get this finished nailed on. Okay, I installed some nice wheels so that we can roll this around to the shop, even fully loaded if we want to move it to a different location. Let's tip it up and take it for a spin. Well, we're loading it up with the bins. Lots of storage space and a great way to clean up your garage. We'll see you next time on Woodworking with Wes.